Packing for a cruise can be exciting, tiring, and sometimes frustrating. You have to decipher all the information that's out there to know what to bring. Kayla and I came up with the strategy to hopefully make your lives a little bit easier and a little more stress-free so you can start your vacation off on the right foot. Now, this method may not capture everything, but it will give you a solid foundation to build off of when packing for your next cruise. We separate our packing into categories, and those categories are
formal wear, casual wear, port days, sea days, swimwear, gymwear, events, medications, toiletries, electronics, and if you stick around to the end, we are going to share a bonus category with you.
So the first category we're going to talk about is formal nights. Now you could have 1 to 3 of these depending on the length of your cruise. You can go anywhere down from a polo or a button-up all the way up to a tuxedo. You can rent those on the ship. But Kayla and I really enjoy the formal nights, so we like dressing up. I'll typically wear something like a suit. I'll bring 2 suits for our next cruise as we have 2 formal nights on ours. And it only applies to the main dining room. Everywhere else is fair game. The specialty restaurants do have their own dress code, but if you want to go to the Windjammer and just dress down for the day, you don't have to participate in formal night.
And the same thing will apply to the ladies. You're going to want to steer clear of casual and go opt for a nice dress, maybe some dress pants with a fancy top. Either way, just have some fun with it.
The next section is casual wear. Now this is an easy one to cover. You just want to make sure that you have enough pants, shirts, and shorts for the mainly the sea days, but also the port days, and just those times when you're walking around the ship. It's also a really good idea to bring a hoodie, especially if there's an ice show, or at night maybe there's an aqua theater show, or maybe you're just taking a lap around the sea deck at night. It's a good idea to be able to stay warm, and you want to make sure you have both flip-flops and sandals and just some comfortable shoes for the day.
So the next category is port days. So the most important thing you're going to want to pack is your vaccination, proof of vaccination, your passport, and any medications that you'll need throughout that day. You want to have all those things just in case you get left behind on the ship, or if some of the locations need them to get into restaurants or anything like that. Depending on where you're going on your port day, a really handy idea to have is a really good beach bag. I like this one. It's actually got a plastic lining, so it keeps the wet things inside and it's not dripping out of your bag. You're also going to want to bring a bathing suit. I also bring a backup bathing suit. It's never fun to walk around in a wet bathing suit, and if you have 2 destinations, I always just pack 2. The other option is to bring a cover up for the ladies. Nothing worse than having a wet bathing suit and then putting your clothes back on to go to a restaurant and then it's cold and you're wet. I always just pack an extra bathing suit and a cover up. Also, you're going to want to pack a hat. Be careful with hats because when you're walking down the port area, sometimes it can get a little windy and they can blow away. So either make sure it fits really tightly or it has a tie under your neck. And then also just comfortable clothes.
Yeah, you really want to tailor what you're going to bring to what you're doing in the port. So if you're going on a snorkeling excursion, for example, we actually bring our own snorkel mask. This one's really great. It's one where you can go underwater without getting water in. I really highly recommend it if you're doing anything snorkeling. If you know you're gonna be walking around, just make sure that you have some comfortable shoes. I like to bring a backpack for myself. And of course, you wanna make sure that you have lots of sunscreen. The next category is gonna be sea days. Now it's a mixture of multiple categories. You're gonna wanna make sure that you have swimwear, casual wear, also active wear. So you're gonna want comfortable kind of workout clothes, because if you're doing anything like the zip line or the mountain climbing on your sea day, they're gonna require you to have some gym clothes and some closed-toed shoes. So just like some runners. Also, you're going to want to make sure that you bring anything you're going to be doing on the sea day. So if you're going to be listening to music, maybe you want headphones, or if you're going to be reading on your Kindle or using a book, then just make sure you pack those.
So our next category is swimwear, which for the boys, they get off pretty easy. They have 1 or 2 pairs of swim trunks and they're set. Ladies, it's a little harder. If you're going to be doing something like the water slides, or you're going on an excursion and you're doing something a little bit more active, a one piece is going to be definitely in your packing. And also you're gonna want a bikini, tan lines. But then also you're gonna wanna have enough bathing suits that you can do your daytime pool activities and then also not have to put on a wet bathing suit if you wanna hop in the hot tub at night after, or you don't wanna bring a wet bathing suit on your excursion. Nothing is worse than putting on a soggy bathing suit. So make sure you pack enough bathing suits.
Yeah, I also like to sometimes bring water shoes depending on where we're going, just to make sure if you're going into like a rocky beach or anything like that. Another thing to bring is a Ziploc bag, because if you do need to throw a wet bathing suit back in your bag, you actually just put that bathing suit into the Ziploc and that way it keeps all the other stuff dry.
And again, ladies, you're gonna wanna bring a cover up for when you're at the pool, because if you wanna go to one of the restaurants, they will not let you in with just a bathing suit. You do have to put on a cover up, and it's also handy to have when you're walking around an excursion or a port.
So the next one is gym wear or active wear. It's always good to have one set of gym clothes, because if you ever feel like going to the gym for a run around the jogging track, or if you're doing one of the events on the cruise ship that require you to wear gym clothes, or if one of your excursions calls for you to be in more comfortable clothing, it's a good idea to have at least one set of gym clothes and running shoes.
Our next category is events. So like we said, there's going to be an event generally on every ship. It's called the white party. Everybody dresses up in white. You kind of glow in the dark. It's super fun. So pack a white outfit. Another option that they usually have on most cruise ships is a floral night. So have something with some flowers, have some fun with that. Also, we mentioned earlier formal nights on your ship. A really good tip is to actually check out Royal Caribbean blog. They have old cruise compasses that you can just look through your cruise and see what kind of events that happened, so you know exactly what to pack for.
Yeah, and the floral night, I believe on the cruise compass, is called Caribbean night, so keep an eye out for that. Now for medications. So you're definitely gonna wanna bring all your prescription medications plus a little extra for what you'll need for your cruise. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the other medications you'll need as well, such as sunscreen, Advil, anything for seasickness like bringing ginger, aloe or after sun in case of bad sunburns. I like to bring some Pepto or some Tums. Just with all the drinking and eating, it can be really helpful to have. A lot of people bring these like small first aid kits just in case you get any cuts or anything like that. I know the ship can take care of you, but if you're out on a port day, you might want to have some alcohol swabs and some Band-Aids handy.
Next up is toiletries. This is going to be anything that's in your bathroom that you use to get ready in the morning. So face wash, face cream, any serums that you need to bring, anything you need for your shower. So shampoo, conditioner. If you want to use or bring a hairdryer, you can bring one. The room does have one, but it is a little cumbersome. You have to hold and press the button for as long as you dry your hair. So sometimes if it takes a long time for you to dry your hair, it could be worth it to bring your own. Curling iron if you feel so compelled. But then you're also going to want to remember your feminine products. Ladies don't want to be surprised on your cruise ship and not be able to enjoy the pool. Obviously, you're going to want to tailor this to if you're flying in or if you're driving in. If you're flying in, you won't be able to bring all your full-sized bottles. You'll have to use the mini bottles, and most of it will have to go in your checked luggage. So just keep that in mind when you're packing up your toiletries.
Yeah, and there is body wash and shampoo in the stateroom for you. You don't have to bring your own.
Another helpful thing is to bring some hand soap. On the cruise ships, they do provide you with hand soap, but it is the bar of soap. So we always pack a small hand soap like from Bath & Body Works.
Yeah, and now we have electronics. So this is going to be all the electronics that you're going to want to bring aboard to maybe enhance your cruise experience. You can have phone chargers, a power bar in the room. Can't have a surge protector on it, but you can bring one that's just got the outlets. Bring your phone, camera, although I'd probably recommend you putting that in your carry-on. It's a good idea to bring headphones or a Kindle for those sea days, laptop, whatever you're gonna bring. Hair dryer, curling iron, as Kayla mentioned before.
And last but definitely not least is cruise essentials. These are things that are going to make your cruise so much easier and so much more fun. First up, we've got towel clips. I love towel clips. I actually have 3. I put one on each side and one on the bottom. They hold your towel down on those windy days, especially sea days. Game changer. Towel clips, definite must have. Another one, very important, is your luggage tags. If you can pre-order your luggage tag, print it out, have it ready to go, attached to your bag. When you get to the port, you don't have to wait in line for them to find your paperwork and put it in. You literally just roll your bag off to the porter and off your bag goes. You have no thoughts in the world, walk right on the ship. Another handy dandy item to have is a lanyard with a plastic casing. You put your sea pass in here, it's gonna save your life because you're dealing with sunscreens, especially those spray sunscreens.
Yep.
They will erase everything on your sea pass by day 2. We've actually had to go to guest services and get new ones because they're just blank cards.
Like one time, 2 or 3 times, I think I had to get a new SeaPass card.
So do yourself a favor and grab a lanyard with a plastic casing. Another handy trick is to actually bring a hamper or a laundry bag with you. So Ryan got us collapsible, foldable hampers, and they're really great. So you just pop them in your stateroom as things are worn or they're dirty, you just toss them right in, and then
yeah, it actually completely unfolds. I don't know if you saw how small it was before, but now it turns into this little hamper here, and it's easy to pack. and it just keeps all your dirty laundry organized.
Yeah, speaking of dirty laundry, actually, Tide to Go stick is going to be something you'll want to also bring with you. We know that stains happen and we spill red wine or whatever it might be, so keep a Tide to Go pen with you handy in your room. The other thing is they don't always have hangers. So when you get on your cruise ship, most ships do have those wooden hangers that you can hang your stuff on, but they don't often have enough hangers, for me at least.
On the newer ships, I've seen that they've corrected this and like put a lot more hangers. But I know, and you haven't been on an older ship in a bit, but we'll let you know after we go on the enchantment. But generally there was like 2 or 3 hangers. So we like to bring like a pack of 10 or 15 extra hangers for us.
One more fun tip, it's more for fun, is what we do on our family cruise especially is we bring a magnetic board. Everything in the cruise ship is basically magnetic. So you can stick that magnet board to your door. It can let your family and friends know where you are in the ship, what you're doing that day. And then you can also write fun messages to each other. And then you can also hang decorations. So let's say it's somebody's birthday or anniversary, wedding, honeymoon, whatever the case may be, you can bring some decorations and stick them around the room and on the doors.
Yeah, I feel like it was an old school strategy before they had messaging in the Royal app. So we'd actually just write on the door where we were going. But now I think you can just simply for free message each other in the Royal app. But it's still fun to put it on your door and just draw a little picture and let people know where you're going.
And another helpful tip is to bring a pair of backup sunglasses. You accidentally sit on them at the pool and then you're kind of stuck going to the shops trying to find a pair that you like, and they're generally not very inexpensive. So definitely bring yourself a pair of backup sunglasses. I would also say bring a pair of backup flip-flops as well. I've had it where my flip-flops have come apart and you always need a pair of flip-flops, so bring 2.
We hope you found this video helpful, and now you can pack with a little less stress and start your vacation off on the right foot. If you're wondering why we didn't mention things like passport and cruise documentation, things like that, that's because that's in our carry-on video, and I'm going to link that for you here right now. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. At the time of this video, we just hit 50 subscribers, and we're looking to hit our first milestone of 100. We got plenty of content to come.
In 2 weeks, exactly 14 days from now, we're going to be driving to Baltimore and getting on the Enchantment of the Seas, doing our Bahamas, Bermuda, Atlantis, Coco Cay trip, and so we're gonna have lots of cruise vlogs for you coming up.
Yep, and we got 2 more cruises booked this year. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you subscribe.